Now, you can plow through traffic whenever you want, but if you so much as nick a police car, they will be out for blood. And it always happens at the worst possible time, too. Like, you're just about to pull up to a mission giver in GTA, you turn a corner, a cop blindsides you out of nowhere and starts chasing you. For most of these games, you can't talk to people until your wanted level goes down, so running into a cop car basically stops the game dead in its tracks and forces you into an annoying chase that for some games can take forever to get away from. GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas were the worst about this, but there are plenty of other games where this can happen too, and it's annoying in every single one of them, even if many modern open-world games can make it pretty easy to escape from police pursuits. Everyone knows to avoid police cars like the plague in open world games, but at some point you will slip up and it sucks every time. At number 9 is making a bad jump. If you've ever played Assassin's Creed games, you know how annoying it can be to make the wrong jump. We make this mistake all the time in the old games, and while the new trilogy is definitely better about it, there's still plenty of times where we just couldn't get our character to jump where we wanted him to go. And it's not just Assassin's Creed games where we're trying to jump rope to rope, but instead dive off a building to our death. These mistakes happen in games like Batman Arkham, Shadow of Mordor, those types of series. Basically any game where you have the ability to parkour around an open world, you're gonna go in the wrong direction sometimes. It's just that the Assassin's Creed games are probably the worst about it. You try to jump into a car to pay and instead just splat on the ground. You jump in to avoid a guard, but instead run right into him, like that kind of stuff. Sometimes when the game wants you to get into an open window, it might as well ask you to perform brain surgery. It's just impossible for whatever reason. But the simplest, most common, and most dramatic problems has always been when you want to jump off a building. It's annoying in those old games to slowly climb down, but they usually give you stuff to land in. Too often, though, you'll aim for a soft landing and the game decides that you wanted to jump to your death instead just because. The worst part is that because of the way the control works, you're never really sure if it's because you're doing something wrong or because the game has bad controls. It obviously feels wrong, but you don't really know why. You're supposed to be a smooth, badass assassin in a lot of these games, so every time you screw up a jump, it's kind of embarrassing, but we all do it. And number 8, falling into water. Now, with most modern open world games, your hero can't swim, so falling into water isn't as punished as it used to be, but it can still be incredibly annoying. It was the absolute worst in something like Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, where dropping into water meant instant death. Like, your dudes just could not swim at all in the game. It made any mission where you had to pilot a boat into like a nerve-wracking experience, because all it would take is just one bad jump and you'd have to restart. But just because falling into the water in many of these games is an instant death, sometimes you wish it was, because you'll find yourself stuck and forced to swim for a really long time before you can get back to shore. And there's no worse feeling out there than the realization that you're stuck in the water and there isn't like a pier or a beach anywhere in sight. For a lot of these games, being in the water makes it so you can't even fast travel, so you're really stuck. And the only solution is to waste your time swimming, like towards the dry land, or try your luck by quitting and loading. Some open world games are absolutely enormous with huge spin into the water. Just Cause, it was even the recent Far Cry 6. So if you're flying a plane over water and suddenly get shot down, you're stuck doing a lot of swimming if you want to get anywhere. It's an annoying mistake to make, but it's one we all make in the game eventually. And number 7 is forgetting which button does what. Open world games are some of the most mechanically complex games out there. Like, think about it. In something like Grand Theft Auto 5, there are at least 4 totally different control schemes minimum. There's on-foot controls, car and boat controls, helicopters, and planes controls. That's not even counting stuff like shooting versus close-range combat, and there's a lot of context-sensitive buttons, and they've all got unique control schemes related to them, so it's inevitable you're going to forget how to control something at some point. Where and how this ends up being a problem is going to be different for anybody, but in our experience, the worst is when you're in a live-and-die situation, you get which button to push, like activating a parachute in GTA or opening the wingsuit in Far Cry. For whatever reason, for a while, I could never remember which spell had. You had to press and trigger the wingsuit, so I'd inevitably jump off the cliff and hit the melee button instead of the wingsuit button, and then die. It's also a big issue in something like Red Dead Redemption, where you don't get into a standoff very often, so it'd be like really easy to forget how they're even supposed to work. Hell, struggling with controls is basically a rite of passage for RDR2 players. The control scheme is complex, and there are a lot of different context actions that you can perform, and it's inevitable you're going to make a mistake. Open world games tend to be very long, and a lot of developers want you to play them them over a long period of time. So it's no surprise people forget what some of the controls do. Usually it's not a big deal, but for certain things it can mean life or death. And number 6 is shooting someone by mistake. Following up on the control point, we felt like this one deserves a point on its own. Basically, we're mainly talking about RDR2 here, but it can happen to a lesser degree in other games. But seriously, everyone shoots somebody that they didn't need to in Red Dead Redemption 2 at some point. Like, it is going to happen, and it's usually going to happen in a town, and you'll be wanted and have a bounty put on you, and that's super annoying to deal with. The biggest issue is how the left trigger is used to aim your gun and talk to people. It makes sense in a certain way if you think of it like a focus button, but you've got to make sure that you don't have your gun equipped if you don't want to point a gun at someone you just want to talk with. Trying to rob a place has its own issues. Accidentally shooting the shop owner seems to happen a lot. Basically, any game where your main weapon is a gun in an open world game, there's going to be some kind of an issue. It can be like really annoying in a Fallout game, because sometimes just winging certain NPCs can make it very difficult to actually talk to them. Even if it happens in the middle of a chaotic gunfight, if you shoot them by mistake, they're going to remember it, and it's going to be really annoying to deal with. I'm sure there's even more examples out there, but the bottom line is that open world games with guns of any kind, people are going to get shot by mistake, and in some cases, it's going to become very annoying. And number 5 is getting caught at the very last second. So many open world games have some kind of stealth component, like Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed, Horizon Zero Dawn, Far Cry, the list goes on. And many of them have that old open world staple, the outpost. You know exactly what we're talking about here. Small bases filled with enemies that you need to clear out, and they often give you some bonus if you do it without getting caught. Good luck with that, though. There's nothing more annoying than getting spotted right as you're about to clear the base, or just about to do something really cool. Even for guys like us that can clear bases in Far Cry, there are times when we forget to mark the guard, or just get impatient, hope they don't see us. But of course they do, and our perfect stealth run is, done. Part of the fun of these games is supposed to be that you have to adapt to the situation, but it's annoying when this sort of thing happens, even if mopping up the last few guys in an outpost is easy. You wanted that stealth bonus, and now it's gone. Even though this one isn't as flat out annoying as some of the stuff on the list so far, it just sucks when it happens.
Here, the right and the left.
Living with schizophrenia can feel overwhelming. People think that I can't have a career, but I can. I work as a data analyst. I feel like my life has been on track.
Talk to your doctor about schizophrenia treatment options.
And number 4 is running someone over when you want them to get into your car. Like, this is kind of specific, but follow along here. How many times does this happen to you? You're doing a mission, and someone wants to come with you. It's mission specific. It's important. So you pull up your car, and they just sort of stand there. So you try to get closer, so they'll actually get in, and you run them over instead. In any open world games that involve cars, this is going to happen at some point. Sometimes it's your mission person, like an escort. Sometimes it's AI allies. Either way, there's going to be issues with getting in and out of the car, and someone's going to get run over at some point. The blame for this kind of mistake is really
protect the fighter, and I thought he did a good job of doing just that. So a big win for him here tonight, and a big statement made with that TKO. Let's see how the promotion chooses to matchmake him moving forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 9 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO, Max Bliss Holloway.
Well, what a win for that young man tonight. by TKO, and if the judges were looking at their phones, it's okay. We don't need their scorecards.
We don't need your scorecards. Do as you may, proceed as you may, because this guy knew that he had to finish this fight. That's exactly what he did. He got his opponent hurt, found the follow-up shot, and got the finish.
Me and my old lady used to argue, dog. I had to leave her, dog. We used to argue all the time, right? I got like a sleeping condition. I used to tell her, hey, listen, I can't sleep on my back. That's funny, nigga, damn. I'm opening up, asshole. I'm gonna talk after the show. Listen, I can't sleep on my back because my tongue falls back and I stop breathing. Like, I start dying and shit. So I tell every woman I've been with, hey, man, if I start, like, shaking like this, like, I'm dying. You know what I mean? And all I need you to do is, like, shake me so I can wake up. That's all I need you to do, right? Every woman I've ever been with is like, okay, all right, like, you know what I mean? They on it, right? My ex, I used to be like, yo, just, like, I don't be breathing out here. You be breathing, That's when you start going crazy, like, oh, no, I'm not playing. I could die. Like, you extra. I was like, this is true.
And straight ahead, we'll get to a featherweight matchup between the Korean Zombie Chan Sung Jung and Max Holloway. All right, so here we go as round one gets underway. Two world-class level strikers here, and the expectation is we're going to get a kickboxing match here in the octagon.
Yes, we are going to get a striking match. One guy is very good at kicks. The other guy has unbelievable hands. Let's see what type of attack is going to win the battle of two great champion fighters.
Timing the shots pretty well here early, DC.
He's doing a great job of mixing things up, keeping busy, being very active.
Effective punch there by the Korean Zombie. Nice 1-2 there. Now you see why Holloway is such a fan favorite. Beautiful land there with the left hand, and now we'll see what he can do with it. Oh, and he tags him with the straight hand there. Beautiful done by the Korean Zombie. Holloway's uppercut, but that one is blocked. Nice shot to the body there. He's looking to land the right and just out of range.
Look at him whip his hips into that kick.
Big power shot there. Man, he's timing his shots nicely. It's like Tom Brady out there. Oh!
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh, straight right. So 28 total strikes and counting have now landed for the Korean Zombie Chan Sung Jung.
There's no give.
Both fighters hanging down in the pocket and both landing. Oh! Huge right hand!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh! And the left kick there with conviction. Just over 2 minutes to go in what has been a furious round one. Oh!
He's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Straight right hand, no good. Pinpoint accuracy on that kick.
No wind up, no tell, just a brutal kick. This is a great fight. He loaded up there on that high kick.
Oh, big left.
Every time these guys come together, man, you just hear the punches and everything landing. Both very powerful, very explosive.
They continue to exchange. Timing his shot. Oh!
That one was thrown to end the fight.
Yep. 30 seconds now to go in round one.
Oh!
Just misses with that one. All right, there's the clapper. 10 seconds to go. Nice lead left hand by the southpaw there.
Great strike by the southpaw fighter. Moving to his left, and he pulls that straight left hand. Great setup.
Second round now, the Korean Zombie is here. Chan Sung Jung. And Max Westholt. Accuracy tonight against Max.
Without a combo, I want the whole platter. Give him the whole platter, young man. Put some punches together. Make this guy take the whole thing. Give him more than one. What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
Crazy accuracy and efficiency with these ground and pound strikes here to through the opponent. You got to intelligently defend or the referee's going to stop.
You got to defend. But you can see him now starting to gain posture and the intensity at which he's throwing these ground strikes. It's starting to elevate so he knows that he can get the finish.
Almost in range with the straight left, but that's a miss. So a much different approach from him. And just like that, the fight is over.
He's done. He's done.
Yeah, man, crowd loving it. Just a gorgeous shot there to end the fight. Really just the way he drew it up. He found the opening and capitalized on it to the utmost extent. Nicely done to finish the fight. Another highlight for the real DC as we look back at that scintillating knockout.
Yeah, but the whole fight, he was landing great strikes, kicks, punches. He was doing everything right until eventually he found the shot that ended the fight.
Here now, Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Miragliotta is going to stop this contest at 3 minutes, 10 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, the Korean Zombie, Chan Sung Jung.
All right, so there he is, the man of the hour. What a massive knockout for him to get this win in style tonight.
He did everything he needed to do to find the knockout. Now he can celebrate with his family and friends as they earn this spectacular victory.
We all know that AAA games have immense budgets and therefore